Watch Who.
Hello, and welcome to the To Watch Who podcast. I'm Mark.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm a Doctor Who fan.
And I'm new to Who.
Yep, watching for the very first time. And we are in season 3 at the moment. We had a good start last time with Galaxy 4.
It was all right.
It was an okay start.
Yeah.
Okay start. And as I said last time, I'm not going to keep saying it. This is the last time I'm going to say it. Lots of missing episodes. It's going to be a tough one to sort of watch through. If you're watching new to Who, like you are, you're doing the proper hardcore fan experience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people would be going to look up these telesnaps and soundtracks and stuff. So the easiest thing would be just to miss them all out, but then you don't get the full story and you don't get the full picture of what's going on. So
lucky me.
We are doing everything we can to get through season 3. Which brings us on to today's episode, one episode.
When you said that as well, you're like, because, you know, we talked about it, and the next one's one episode. I was like, one episode? Yeah, just one. One. Not like a few into, no, one episode.
Yeah, I mean, season 3 is already throwing up some curveballs, isn't it, really?
The only other one episode we've had, oh no, it wasn't even one episode, was the one with Vicky.
That was 2.
That was 2, yeah. This is the only one episode.
So it's Mission to the Unknown, and also another curveball, No Doctor and Companions.
I know. That was a surprise. When you said that, because, you know, you talked about, like, you know, how it came about, and I was like, why? And you're like, well. Yeah, you go.
Well, no, basically, it was the regular cast were only contracted for a certain amount of episodes, and it was always planned. There was this sort of random episode, like they were producing a certain amount of episodes, but they hadn't contracted the regulars for the same number. So they were like, this is like I still don't want to give too much away of what's coming up, but this was designed as a sort of a prequel to things that will happen later on.
Okay.
It's really random. It's an oddity in all of Doctor Who.
Is this the only time? No, don't tell me. Is this the only time? Actually, yeah.
Like, especially for the 60s and so early on.
Yeah.
And also, thinking about just saying it now, for early on in season 3, like, how weird. New series, Doctor Who's back for season 3. You got Galaxy 4, which was left over from last season, really.
Yeah.
And then you go into this. How odd.
Yeah, and we've only just met Stephen. Like, he's such a new character.
Yeah.
We're still getting to know him, and he's not in it. Weird.
So very unusual, and also missing as well. There are no telesnaps. We just got the soundtrack. And there are some, you know, fan reconstructions, but there's no photos. So there's no actual photos of the actors from this, I believe. I hope I'm right. I think there's like one set photo of like the rocket when they're like production-wise, set design, but there's no actual even publicity photos. So no one really knows what stuff looks like. There's a picture of a Varga plant, like the design and stuff, but there's no sort of set, you know, with the actors on. So it's so difficult to reconstruct something like this unless you sort of animate it or you do what we watched. So we watched the very recent, and I'm sure a lot of fans will be aware of this because it just came out of the blue, really, a random thing the other year. I think last year. Yeah, last year even.
So 2019 or 2018?
2019, I think. University of Central Lancashire.
Whoop, my neck of the woods.
Yeah. Recreated this as like a part of their project, and they did it as authentic as possible. You know, the production techniques, the way they filmed it, you know, using the original script and like the pictures that we do have of the production design. So it is as authentic as you're ever going to get, and you can't do this with any other episode because, you know, you'd need a William Hartnell and everything, and I don't think that would work.
No,
but it's just such a random episode that you can do it.
Yeah.
The Daleks.
They will all fall before our might, but the first of them will be us.
There was news that this had come out, and people were waiting for it to come out on DVD or an official release, and there was a long time where you couldn't see it. It was just, there was photos of it and stuff, and that was it. So this is random. So I met the guys from it at a convention, right? Actually, I've seen them twice now. So they were at a convention, right? I cannot imagine what they were thinking. They're not like that. They're these acting graduates, I suppose.
Yeah.
Asked to be in this project. So they were doing a signing, as the usual thing, signing photos and all of that stuff. No one had seen the thing. So I queued up. I got a photo signed, and I was like, "Well, I've heard the original soundtrack, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what you've done with it and stuff." And so they were even doing signings before
this
was even released anywhere, and anyone had seen it.
Yeah.
Which is the power of Doctor Who. If you associated with Doctor Who in anything, in any form, then this is what. I presume they were paid.
Yeah, or it helped promote it.
Yeah, and I think there was such a sort of excitement with the fans about it that it was then eventually officially released. The BBC, I don't know how it works, but it's on the official Doctor Who YouTube channel, so you can watch it on there for free. I don't think they could commercially sort of sell it.
Yeah.
But it's out there for everyone to watch. So this is the perfect way, and it helps us because it's another one that we can watch, and it's so authentic. You're not really going off anything. It's just reminded me of another meeting I had with Peter Purvis, actually. This was Birmingham. This was Birmingham the year before, because I was saying, I'm really looking forward, and it's before I'd seen it, and I was like, because he was invited to the set to have a look around and stuff. And the original guy that played Mark Corey was...
Yes.
He was in that intro. He came down to look at it and everything as well.
Yeah.
So this is what I love about Peter Purvis was like, oh yeah, they got in touch and asked me to come down. They were doing this student production, and he went, and I thought it was going to be complete shit, but it was actually really good. And he was like, yeah, they've actually done a really good job. He was so enthusiastic about it. And then finally I got to see it. And it's great. And then I saw the guys. I've shown you my photo of me and the main actors.
You have.
Lads on holiday.
Lads on tour.
Lads on tour, basically, is what it looks like. So I met them again and had my photo that time after I'd seen it. So I felt a bit more like, I actually know what you do. Because meeting them, I was like, I don't even know who you play. Like,
yeah.
Imagine like a uni project you did years ago, and people are asking you to sign. Like,
I know. Hey,
it's
sorted,
amazing, isn't it? But they're sorted. They are sorted.
Yeah.
And I reckon it will come out on the Blu-rays or somehow it will get another official release somewhere.
Yeah.
As part, because no one else is going to do that, and it's it fills in that gap.
Yeah,
season 3.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's the. I've just gone on a bit, but that's the history of it.
No.
So it's a brand new thing. And I think it looks amazing. All you need to do is make it look a little bit more grainy. You need to put it on film, throw it out outside in the rain, put it through something, make it a bit more grainy and like the 60s ones that we've seen that have been recovered. That's all it needs. If it was what did you think? Like compared to...
I thought it was really... The set was great. Like the sets were exactly... as I expected them.
I mean, a jungle set, it's those plants and dark lighting and you can put leaves on the floor.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you would get then.
Yeah, the ship was, as I would presume, that sort of ship to look like inside. Even the little bits of like proppy things are exactly like what we've seen. So set-wise, it was great. I thought the two main actors were really strong, because they were playing it as 60s actors.
Well, I didn't intend on telling you anything. When Sidson is stuck on this planet and Garv is dead, there are some facts you're entitled to know.
They must have heard the original sound recording. I think they would have sort of taken a cue from that.
They must have, because
that's what they said.
You couldn't have done it to now if it wouldn't have fit with the style.
You've got to act 60s.
Yeah, and they played it to 60s really well, so I enjoyed that. The weakest were the costumes for the other villains.
Right, yeah, okay. I don't want to...
No, don't say anything.
There are photos.
Yeah.
There are some photos of some of those, and they pretty much are like that in the actual things. They've, like, from what I've seen from other things, they are fairly good.
So, but again, I think it's one of those things you notice it more because it is clearer.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it was a bit more grainy, yeah.
That's
you
all
wouldn't
it
see.
is.
Yeah.
That is all it is. Because the main actors, I mean, they're just in overalls, so it doesn't really matter. But it comes back to the whole thing with Doctor Who, where the costumes are shit at points, and particularly for like future things. And that was a prime example. Like I said to you, at one point, it looked like one of them just had a bucket on his head.
Well, I think with the delegates, though, imagine in the 60s, you're like, right, episode of Doctor Who, designer, you need to make the 7 powerful, most alien races in the galaxy.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've got to make them all completely different and stand out.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not just designing one little, Chumbly or whatever. You're doing
You really
7.
hate the Chumbly.
No, I'm just... so I can see what they're trying to do. Bucket Man, you've got Icicle Man.
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
got, Bag Man, you got,
Beekeeper.
yeah, Cloth Face. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to be as creative as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And like but you notice it more because it's clearer. That's not a criticism as such, that it is what it is. That's all. It is what it is.
But the bits with the Daleks.
Daleks are great.
That could have just been filmed in the 60s.
I said to you, I thought they borrowed the Daleks. And you said, no, they made them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they're like fan-made
yeah.
props. Yeah.
Yeah. Daleks are great. And you can hear what they're saying, which, again, that's my biggest
So,
annoyance with the Daleks.
They got the guy that does the Daleks in the new TV
nice.
series to do the voices.
Yeah, because you can actually tell what a Dalek is saying. That's I just hate the Daleks. And, I could hear... I didn't hate this Dalek, so maybe it's because it was only 25 minutes, so there wasn't much Dalek to hate.
I was excited for you to see it because it's a new production, but I was also worried that there's no regulars to sort of chat about, and we're not fond of the Daleks. So I was a bit worried, like what you would think. But actually, the Daleks weren't in it too much. I could tolerate the Daleks in this. I think we're the same. We're on the same level as Daleks, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
There was enough chat. Not too much. It got the point across.
Absolutely. It was fine. Like I've no bad Dalek chat here. I could tell what they were saying.
Yeah.
And that's usually my biggest. And they were distinctive as well. They had different tones. Usually it's all just one. Oh yeah, it was much better. Like I've a lot more time for these Daleks. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
So what did you think of it in terms of the storyline?
I mean, it's a bit of a nothing story.
Yeah, it's a strange one because I've heard the original soundtrack, so I sort of knew what to expect when I watched it. The Varga plants are interesting.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. It was like a giant marshmallow with some needles on it. They were funny. Again, like weird costume situation. Yeah, it was just a bit nothing. I guess. I mean, it was a filler, wasn't it? This is a filler episode.
Yeah.
So it served its purpose, which was to introduce, I'm guessing, for what's coming next.
I'm making a blank face.
Yeah. So that I presume what will come next now is that the Daleks and the 7 things will try and conquer the Earth. That, like, there'll be some sort of... There's going to be a Dalek episode next is what I feel. That it feels like that sort of filler. Yeah, that's... Or I think it would have felt like more of an episode if they'd actually managed to stop it.
Oh, yeah. Everyone dies.
Literally, everyone dies. Nothing happens. So it is just a filler.
Well,
Even more of a filler than anything else. It's a stopgap.
It's we get in the Daleks quite quickly again since the chase.
Yeah, they love the Daleks.
Probably had like a summer holiday break between seasons, but it just shows how popular they were. Bringing them back as soon as they can again. And I wonder how it went down with like no Doctor and companions and just the. But then it probably shows that actually the Daleks are probably the only monster character that can have their own show like that at this point, where maybe the Doctor wasn't missed.
If you're going to do that, you can. But that said, we have episodes where we don't have the Doctor anyway.
I suppose. Do you know what? No one had a holiday in Galaxy 4.
Yeah.
This is like the first instance. They're all on holiday, basically, aren't they?
Yeah. It's just
Group
like everyone
holiday.
group holiday, like team holiday. Doctor said at the start they could have a little break, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. This is their break.
So this is their break.
Yeah.
But so they bring the Daleks in to like boost up the whole. But this is a Doctor Who episode, maybe. Maybe that's why. Just remind you that this is a Doctor Who episode.
There's nice moments in it. I was laughing when Mark Corey like pushed and he got his hand. I was like, oh my god, that's
Dick move.
That was a dick move. The Doctor's not a dick move. Push your friend onto some spikes.
Yeah, he was a proper dick as well in a lot of this. Like he was
And then
like
he shot him.
shouting at him.
No hesitation. I know, like he was taken over by a Viagra plant, but there was no hesitation there.
Yeah.
He just shoots everyone.
I might have known. Space Security Service. License to kill.
That's right.
Well, count me out.
This other document gives me the authority to enlist the aid of any person, civil or military. You were just enlisted.
Didn't even explain. Like expected him to know these things. Like, but how do you know for the Doctor? I just know.
Well, he's from the Space Security Service. He's like Space James Bond sort of thing, isn't he?
Whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't snap at people. So and then push them and then
Yeah, but then he got at the end and his message didn't get
sent
out.
Didn't even do his job.
Sent out. So it's very
I think it probably would have felt more of an episode if it'd have stopped it happening.
Do you know what? I thought I couldn't remember that end bit. I thought he was going to send it up and then get shot. I thought he would get the message out there. It's quite doom and gloom, actually. It's a Terry Nation script.
Yeah, of course it is. It's got Daleks. Of course it is. So yeah, I've not much more to say than that, really.
I just really like it, and I think
I think it's really good.
I think it's got maybe fans that haven't seen the 60s as much, maybe a bit more interested, hopefully. And it helps. It just fills in that little. I like it because it fills in that gap with the missing episodes. I'm not going to go on. I'm not going to have my rant. If you've got Missions to the Unknown in your basement, though, don't be a dick. Give it back.
You are the reason, Mark.
I'm going to stop. I know.
You are the reason that these people don't come forward.
I know. Well.
Well, what? Well, what?
Anyway, let's not start that. But I like it. It just fills in that gap. It's something else. Like when you do a marathon, when you watch, you don't have to. That's one less telesnap or one less animation you've got.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's nice to have that. You can actually watch that. It would be great if I don't know. They can't really do any others though, because you need a doctor, and it just wouldn't work with a TV sort of recast, would it?
We've already established Robot Doctor. That
Get Robot Doctor to do it.
It does not work.
Well, no, yeah, it doesn't work, does it?
Well, no, like I said, because someone played that Van Gogh one, or was it? I don't know. It might have been the Van Gogh one. In the more recent one, I said this on my Facebook.
What?
I've said
Van Gogh? Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it was
a Van
Vincent
Gogh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't Vincent Van Gogh.
There's a Doctor Who episode with Van Gogh in.
Yeah, but maybe I wasn't thinking of that.
Oh.
There was an episode in the future, and it has someone playing William Hartnell.
Oh, okay, yes.
And I didn't watch it,
yeah.
but I saw a still of it because someone shared it.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
So it wasn't. Sorry,
Okay,
I was
so
thinking
this-
Van Gogh
okay,
because
I
someone
will-
said that's their favourite episode.
Right.
But so that's why Van Gogh was. It's not that
like-
episode.
Yeah, there's someone playing Van Gogh, but you can't get the real Van Gogh, so.
But that did look like a William. Like that was really good.
Okay.
I saw a still of it.
Yeah,
I saw like a
okay.
still of that,
There is that.
which I
Yeah.
think you could do nowadays just because of makeup, and we're so like.
I know, yeah, but I think that it's different because, okay, this is so far ahead in the future that it's not a spoiler because you totally forget. So they do have the first Doctor come back, played by David Bradley, in the new series.
Yeah.
But I think, that is a bit different than if, say, the BBC were like, right, all these missing episodes, we're going to remake them.
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah.
David Bradley. I don't know. I mean, I probably would watch. And he does audio adventures. They've recast Dr. Ian, Susan, Barbara. And
Right,
I've got
okay.
the box sets of them.
Of course you do.
And they go back and visit the Dalek. They go back to visit the files. I listen to them. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, I've completely changed my mind in this conversation. I would watch recast, but I don't know. I think a lot. You get around it. That's a fan divide there. Do you recast or not? A lot of people say no, and a lot of people don't mind. I think if the BBC were like, right, we've remade The Reign of Terror and we've recast everyone, it'd be nice to watch, but it wouldn't replace the original. And when you did a marathon, I don't know, actually.
But then,
I don't know.
But then...
Some people... Because imagine if Netflix got Doctor Who and remade from the beginning and remade those adventures in colour with a recast, First Doctor, Ian, Susan, Barbara. Imagine that.
But they don't exist. There's nothing to... Like, they don't exist. It's not like you're remaking... something that already exists now. Do you know what I mean?
I see, yeah.
It's not like they're redoing the first episode where we already have a copy of that.
Oh, I see. Yes.
There might, okay, we know that there might be copies of this, but right now there's not. So, you don't know if there are. We know there might, but there's not. So it's not like you're redoing something that already, it's not like you can compare it because there isn't anything. So it's not like you can go, well, the William Hartnell did it like this, because you don't know, because there's nothing to compare. That's how I see it anyway. I'm like, well, if it's someone that looks like him and he's playing it, how is that any different to an actor that plays any historical figure, or Michael Sheen playing Tony Blair in The Queen, or whoever plays the Queen, and all these sort of things. How is that any different to people playing people we know in things?
Yeah,
if you think of it like that, because they don't exist.
Yeah.
It's different if it is a reconstruction of a current existing thing, I think. But if it doesn't exist, what difference does it make? In my opinion, that's how I see it. You think?
Sorry, so you would watch a recast?
I would watch I don't see it as a recast, though. I guess it is a recast.
It felt like we've remade The Crusade.
Well, no, because it'd be we've made The Crusade.
Yeah, we've made The Crusade.
It wouldn't be we've remade, because it doesn't exist.
Well, yeah, okay.
Like, this is my point now.
Galaxy 4, they're like, right, there's no Galaxy 4. It doesn't exist. We have made Galaxy 4. We've recast everyone. Would you watch it?
Maybe. Because I'd like to think it would be done. Yeah, I think I maybe would.
I'm imagining like they're doing this Mission to the Unknown. They're redoing it. It's authentic, as if it was done in the 60s.
Yeah, I'd give it a try.
The production script and the camera directions. I'd
give it a try. I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I would. I think I would. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's not like, it's no different because it doesn't exist. It's not like there's a copy.
Yeah, yeah.
They went over them. They went over them.
Yeah,
don't exist.
I think one day, I don't know, because we've said they're doing all the animations, but I think eventually, once they've done all the animations, they might start to remake.
But they've already said they're not going to do all the animations.
Well,
because they can't.
I think they will, and I hope they will.
But they said they can't do them for all of them.
Well,
because there's too many characters for some of them.
Well, hopefully in the future when there's more technology. It's going to take a long time, okay?
Oh, yeah, completely. I find the animation...
Marco Polo comes out on animation, you'll be the first to get a copy.
I find animations hard as well, though.
It's the only way, though.
Yeah.
At the moment. And it's better than watching those still telesnaps.
I don't know, I kind of feel then, how is the animation different? Because it's not an actor, it's not a person.
It's the original soundtrack. So you've got the original performances.
I guess, yeah.
I think that's what the difference is.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, I'm all for the animations. I would love them all to be animated.
That's true. Yeah.
But then I suppose this Mission to the Unknown, if they animated that with the original soundtrack, what would be the preference?
Yeah, exactly. What's the difference?
I mean, it's amazing that any of this stuff exist on soundtrack or telesnaps or anything.
Oh, completely.
Imagine, like, it was so lucky.
I've said it is amazing, and I think like it's full credit to like the fandom of Doctor Who that this is a thing. And I was reading actually the other night about the number of series that have just gone of TV shows from that period. I mean, there's episodes of Dad's Army. So they've just gone. That's it's crazy to think of. Yet we have all of these, audios, and we can still make episodes of Doctor Who. That is a great thing. I think that's such a lucky thing for people, and they are still finding episodes, and there are still people finding and actively doing that. That is an amazing thing. And I think that, it's really great for the fandom, and it shows what the fandom is. But then let's put it to you another way. It's just thinking Dad's Army here. They redid Dad's Army. They did a movie.
They redid Dad's
and they
Army.
recast.
They also animated one with the soundtrack, like Doctor Who.
Yeah, they recast it.
But they've recast that and done that. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's no different. That's how I see it. It's not like it's different if something. It's people get annoyed, don't they, with films, with original films, don't they? So I'm thinking of like It right now. I don't know why that was the first thing that came in my head. But you had the original It, and then they redid it, and everyone was like, "Oh, but it's not the same." But that's because you've got something to compare it to. But like you said, like this one, they already have the audio, so you've got your source material, you've got the script, you've got these sources, so it's not like you've nothing to go with.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of think it's I just don't think it's any different. You just put in, that's how I see it. That's my opinion. That's my 2 cents on the situation. We're all entitled to an opinion.
I wonder if they all got like firsts for their university project after making this.
I wonder whether they were students or whether they like paid local actors to do it.
I think it was the actors' final project.
Oh,
I think.
okay, that's interesting.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said. They must have paid. I don't know. It was a big project. It's a big project to do.
It must have been like the whole department.
Well, I think everyone, all the design and all the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's huge.
Yeah. It's such a good idea, though. So...
I wonder who came up with that idea.
Yeah. I think the lecturer was a Doctor Who fan.
That would make sense.
I think that's what it was. But yeah, I'm sure, hopefully I'll see him again at a convention.
I'm sure you will.
If they do more, I'm sure they will.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure that what I've just said is going to cause some controversy. So I look forward to...
But no, I recast it because the audio adventures. They're recasting a lot of the Doctors.
Yeah.
And some of the companions, and some people are like, no, it's not. But I'm all right because I see that as their stories with these characters, and I'm not necessarily so connected to the original performance as such. So the new First Doctor, he plays, he does his. It's not exactly the same at all.
Yeah.
But it's the First Doctor and Ian, Susan, and Barbara having this adventure. That I'm listening to that story. I'm not too worried that they doing impressions of them or getting their mannerisms all right. It's what these characters are doing.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've gone a bit off topic there for this one, but
no, it's relevant. It's relevant.
It literally is Mission to the Unknown. All this stuff, it's out there.
Yeah, and it's relevant, I think, because like you say, this was sort of it's all recast. Yeah. I mean, these people weren't the people in it.
No. But it's
the first thing I said to you actually was, I went, well, that wasn't right. That's
the thing. So at the end of the Galaxy 4 reconstruction, you've got that bit of Mission to the Unknown with that character on the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is supposed to be because I don't think there's any actual photos of the original guy. Yeah. So I've just got some random guy in this reconstruction. And then obviously in the new one, you're like, yeah, he looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was led on. He didn't stand up and say his lines. He sat up and said his lines. Whereas in the reconstruction, he stood up.
There's artistic license. So it'd be great. Imagine if they found Mission to the Unknown, and then you could compare them and just see exactly how it was done. Did Mark Horry push his friend onto that spike or not? We will. That's what's been interpreted in this version.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, the next episode then. Mm-hmm. So next episode, Temple of Secrets.
Right.
What are you thinking?
Ooh. Now that's thrown me because I said my theory is that they go as it feels like that's a whole new adventure. That feels like a whole different thing. I felt like it was leading into a new Dalek episode. I'm going to stick with my Dalek episode theory. I'm just going to stick with...
Season 3 is so weird already. It is a weird one.
I'm sticking with my Dalek theory.
It's...
Because I just,
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it.
Daleks are around. You know the Daleks are out there wanting to conquer the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's the curveball season already. We don't have a set pattern of things at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting. I've got my list in front of me of stories coming up that I'm not showing you, and I'm like, Anyway, we'll see what happens then. Okay, well, we will see you next time then for the next story. See what happens. You can follow us on Twitter, To Watch Who, and Instagram. I'll put up the lads on holiday picture. Me in Mission to the Unknown. For everyone to see. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
To watch who?
Hey, Doctor Who? What you talking about?